Well, good morning. It is the 4th of July, day 58 on the trail for me. I've left the Hiker's Welcome Hostel, did the short road walk back to the trailhead, and I'm back on the trail. Had to cross a stream, and the rocks that they had set up were not sufficient, so I had to get my feet wet. Not a great start for the day, but these things happen. Today, the plan is pretty easy. 9.5 miles. But gonna be a tough 9.5 miles. I've got to climb over my first 4,000 footer and then descend. And so this will be the tallest mountain I've climbed, because I did not go up Killington last week. But the climb isn't what I'm really too concerned about. That just takes time. The descent is the tougher part today, from what I hear, from what I've seen. So we'll get through it. Just got to take it real slow. All right, well, should be some good views. The weather's still good. Relatively cool and clear today. There's a chance for rain later. We'll see. As always, if I see anything interesting, I will grab a picture or some video. For now, here's what the trail looks like. So for about the past quarter mile of the trail to climb up Appalachian, it's been sort of like this. You've been crossing these little streams as you go through the trail. That's where I'm headed. That's the north peak of Appalachian. Got a pretty good view here. And it's going to get a little bit better when we get there. When you get onto these higher peaks, often you cannot see the blazes, and so they built cairns to lead you along the trail that there's snow. So here's the trail right now, just a bunch of rocks. But you just turn to the left. I mean, check that out. I'm not even at the summit yet. Made it to the summit of Appalachian. So here's my descent right now off of Moosilauke. I've got less than a mile to go, but it's gonna be hairy. We've got a stream running just along the side, and it's just rocks. You got to step on rocks and hope that they're not too slick. It's gonna be fun. This is just off the side of the trail. The trail's been pretty much following this creek for I don't know how long. And it's going to continue to follow it for a while. A little bit more of the creek. And this is the trail right here. They've just got some wooden boards somehow attached to the stone for you to walk down. Right next to the stream, and look at the falls. Just a little more. What an amazing hike. I think that was probably this has been my favorite day on the trail. I mean, the climb was tough. Oh, but the view. And then the descent was tough. It wasn't, I mean, it was challenging. It wasn't that bad. I think the climb I did getting down into Bennington a couple weeks ago, I think that was tougher. And to have the that stream with the cascading and the waterfalls right next to you the whole way. I mean, not the whole way, but gosh, it was probably alongside you for a mile and a half. I'd have to look and see. I would come back to do that hike again. And I hope there's more of that in New Hampshire. If you enjoy hiking, and man, you gotta come up here. That was a awesome 9 miles. All right, so for now, here's what the trail's like. Well, hello. It's getting kind of late. It's after 8 o'clock, which is, pretty late for me. I'm staying at the Notch Hostel for the next 2 nights. And it's a nice place. It's more than just a hiker hostel. They do, a B&B sort of thing. Not really bed and breakfast, but they have, it's not just hikers here. There's people who just kind of come in and want to stay a night, and it's a bit cheaper for the most part than the local hotels, or if you want to set up a tent, they've got some nice tent sites. I'm sort of in the overflow tenting, but it's working out. Yeah, it's so tomorrow, I mean, well, first, again, today was a great day. Probably, like I said, probably my favorite day hiking the AT so far. Just the terrain, and you hike up that it was challenging going uphill, that ascent, but when you got to the top of Musalaki, it was like you could see everything, and it was just a great experience. And then hiking down next to the waterfall, or the man, just so fortunate to be able to do this. Plan for tomorrow is we're gonna slack pack. So I'm gonna leave behind just about everything. Just carry the minimal stuff and try and do 16 tough miles over the Kinsman's range. This is something that they say most, like, through hikers, if they're just sort of going on their own pace, it takes them 2 days to go through. And I'm going to try and do it in 1 day, but I'm going to try and carry like less than 10 pounds. So trying to be very light, fast. It's still probably going to take about 12 hours to do these 16 miles, just because of the rugged terrain that's coming up. So it's still going to be challenging, just going to do the best we can. I've been hiking with, in the same vicinity as some other people. Wolfman, I met back in Pennsylvania, and a couple other guys. Radioactive and Rock Bottom, I think I met them probably back in Vermont. So we've got a shuttle that's going to get us to the Kinsman's Notch, and then we're going to start hiking. It's going to try and be on the trail at like 6:20 and see what happens. Yeah, but this is a nice place. They've got lots of rooms that are sort of separate from the hiker bunks. So there's all these little rooms all over the place. It's a neat place. Yeah. So, hey, big thanks to Michael and his family. So I reserved a spot here at the Notch, and they would have picked me up at like 4:30. But I got to the trailhead at 1:30, and so I'm sitting there on the side of the road. I've got my sign that says town on it. I've got my thumb up for the hitchhike. And this guy who was out with his family and just did a day hike, and he walked up and he said, "Hey, where are you headed?" I'm like, "I'm headed to the Notch Hostel." It's like, "Come on, I'll give you a ride." And it worked out well. I gave him, I told him the name of the channel, so maybe he'll subscribe and he'll see this. But Michael, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your help earlier today. It got me here earlier. It got me a shower earlier, and it really helped out. So I do appreciate it, Michael. Yeah, I hope you keep hiking, and your wife gave me some very encouraging words before I left. So it is definitely appreciated. Thank you again. As always, if you stuck through to the end, I appreciate it. And I will see you again tomorrow on the trail.